There is no way to make any money when you live in a small town in Pennsylvania and you're 10 years old. I mean, we were able to sell those little candies from door to door, but we were never able to keep the money, just those stupid ass gifts. And then we would have like a yard sale. We pack everything all nice. People would come in and just ruffle up our junk, but wouldn't buy anything. All day for nothing. But then, I had like a really gorgeous newspaper boy. His name was Danny Scarf. He would come every Saturday, and he always had a pocket full of money. I could hear him jingling down the sidewalk. I didn't know if I really wanted to kiss him or take his money. But at 10 years old, I was even still too young to just have a little part-time job. So my grandfather would give us money every now and then, to wash the little white walls of his tires, or maybe to rake some leaves or to put the rocks back in the bed. But it was never big money. I wanted to buy my own Tangerine Lip Lickers lip gloss. I wanted my own scratchy, smelly sniff stickers, or even my own Garbage Pail Kid cards. But every time that I went to the store, it was always, don't look at nothing, don't ask for nothing, and don't touch shit. But you know what? Every now and then, this crazy junk man would come over to our place. When he came, he had a whole bunch of stuff. He would lay it out, and my grandfather would go through it, and he would buy little things like rakes and little things for the garden. And sometimes he would bring little silly things for me and my sister to play with. So one day we heard the junk man coming, and we ran downstairs. And when he saw us, he was like, "Hey, you want to make some money?" And we were like, "Yeah, we want to make some money, shoot." So he was like, "Okay." And he pulled out 3 boxes of these porcelain doll bells, and then 3 boxes of these crazy clown-looking candles. The cute clowns, not the scary ones. So he was like, "You sell these, and then I'll come back next week and we can split the profit." We were like, "Yeah, this sounds like a paper route, but with dollar bills." Yes. So that whole week, we sold all those dolls and bells, and it was easy sell, because people liked them. We went house to house selling them, and the next thing you know, within a month, we sold them all. But after 2 weeks, that junk man, he just stopped coming around. So you know what? Me and my sister sold the rest of those, and we saved all the money for ourselves. We bought, we had so much money after selling all that stuff. It was just crazy. I had my lip gloss. I had glitter hairspray. We went down to the bead store and got bead bracelets. We ate pizza at Balsamo's. We even went to the arcade, and everybody had a free game and even extra money for extra games. We were balling, I'm telling you. We had so much money. And every day that week, everyone that walked to school with us had a pretzel donut from Sweet Tooth. That was the place where all the rich people got their donuts. So while we were all rich, my cousin started hanging with us. Yeah, she just came in the picture somehow, I don't know. But then she's the one that came up with this great idea. She was like, "Hey, why don't we go around and start collecting money for the children's hospital?" And my sister was like, "Oh, no, we can't do that. That's wrong." And my cousin was like, "Well, we are children, and we could be in the hospital." And we were all like, "Yeah, that's true, yeah." So later on that week, we went to school and we stole old scissors, glue, and construction paper. We got these little grits and oatmeal boxes, and we cut big slits at the top for all our money. Yes. So then one Saturday, we collect all these boxes, and we put signs around the side that says, "Made for the Children's Hospital." So one Saturday, we rode our bikes really, really far. And then so we were like, we're going to hit this neighborhood. So I knock on the first door, and this little old lady comes out. And she's like, "Oh, hello, how can I help you?" And I said, "Hi, we're collecting money for the Children's Hospital." And she says, "Oh, dear, how sweet. Of course I'll give you some money." Cling, 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 cling. and she gave me a handful of change. I was like, thank you. And she said, you know what? Keep up the good work. And I said, oh, I will. So we went from house to house, and it got easier and easier. Man, we had collected so much money that our little jugs were like almost heavy. So we were like, you know what? It was hot that day. Let's just go home. Now, on the way home, we lived on top of a huge hill. So we were like, you know what? Let's just take our time going up this hill. You know, we might knock on a door or two, whatever. So by the time we got to the middle of the hill, I said, I'm going to knock on this door. So I walk over, and I ring the doorbell. I hear this stomping coming. Next thing you know, the door swings open. And this lady looks out, and she says, what do you want? And I said, we're collecting money for the children's hospital. And she looks past me, and she says, where's your parents? And I said, at home. And then she looks at me again, and she says, what hospital? And I said, the children's hospital, the ones with the children's in it. So for a moment, she just stared at me, and I think I had to pee. So she was like, wait right here. And she shut the door. So I'm waiting outside, and waiting what seems like an eternity. And I'm thinking, oh my God, this lady's in there calling the cops. The cops gonna come right now and handcuff us and take us away in a paddy wagon, oh shit. But then the next thing I know, the door opens, and she comes out, and she says, here's $5, and this better go to the children's hospital. I took that money in my hand, and I was like, oh yeah, this will go to the children's, And then I looked up, and she was frowning at me. I was like, oh. And I said, what if this lady knows my mother? Oh shit, I gotta get out of here. So I got my bike, and I walked away with jelly legs. I was so scared. And I got on the bike, and I almost run down the hill trying to get away from this lady. But I was like, oh, and I saw my sister and my cousins, and I was like, come on, we got to go. This lady, she might have called the cops, and then she might have called mommy. We got to get out of here. Shoot, we zigzagged all the way home. We was like evading cops and mamas. We was trying to get out of there. So we finally made it home. We were like, whoo, we were safe and sound. We spread out all our money. Man, we had a lot of money. We had a big heist that day. We were sitting around giggling and laughing about all that money. We made $28. That was a lot of money, shoot. But you know what? That Lucille Ball looking lady, she scared me straight. She even made me reconsider all the other bad things I was going to do in the future. After that, I never did that again. I was so fearful. You know, to this day, I still love money. I mean, who doesn't? But I know there's plenty of ways to get it without going against my principles to actually receive it.